You are live.
Welcome to the best sports betting show on the planet. This is WagerTalk Today. I am your host, Andy Lang. It is Monday, coming off a big holiday weekend. Plenty of action to talk about. Baseball's rolling. We've got UFC. Football's creeping closer and closer every day. Let's lock in. Let's start the week strong. Let's get to work. Gianni's going to join us, talk about the Steam report. Crackman's going to join us, give us an MLB prop. We got a lot of stuff to talk about with Crackman, actually. I want to ask him about these scandals with Luis Ortiz and Malik Beasley. Also, he's going to give us his restaurant updates in Vegas after he took his buddy to 4 elite restaurants. So I want to get his thoughts on that. Jesse's going to join us, talk Phillies and Giants. Also go over some college football teams he's got his eye on. And Dan and I are breaking down the Detroit Lions. Their season win total is 10.5. Do we like the over or do we like the under? So let's get it started. You guys know what to do. Hit that like button. Let's bring in Gianni. Gianni, hope you had a great weekend. Happy Monday. How are you?
Thank you, brother. Excellent weekend. Nice week. Nice 4th of July weekend. Got to enjoy it a little bit. Played tourist. Had some friends in town, so I was able to get out there and play the tourist role. A little slow as far as betting goes. Not all that much we got down on, but we did fire our first college football season win total. So if you bought the NFL season win total package, you get the college football for free. I just combined them because I'm not going to have 50 season win totals. You guys know I lowered volume in 2025. So what I did is I combined that package together. So if you had already gotten it, you should have got your first college football season win total. So right now we should have 2 NFL win totals, 1 college football season win total, including that 5% in there in NFL as well. So expect more win totals over these next 3 to 4 weeks as all of the attention starts to go towards college football, towards the NFL. But with that said, today it's all about Major League Baseball. There was a soccer bet I did release. It's a team total in a Sweden matchup. I think that goes off. It probably might have went off 2 minutes ago, so I can't release that, but it was a team total in soccer. I haven't released any Major League Baseball yet. As you guys know, I kind of wait for those Canadians to fire at about 10:30 Pacific time. They usually get involved after a lot of the off-screen outs open up and start to take more money instead of just the overnights. So that's what we're looking at today. Like I said, 3 baseball bets we only got down on so far. I'll give them to you really quick. 905 Arizona plus 115, 916 LA Angels at plus 110, I think that was, and 1 favorite Boston minus 200. So with Arizona and the Angels, it's sharps on one side, public on the other. But Boston, it's the recreational bettors and the sharp bettors on the same side. So not all that much going on early on Monday morning, but we will be approaching college and NFL, and things will start to pick up over the next couple of weeks. But don't overlook the baseball and all the other little small markets like you touched on with MMA this weekend coming up.
Yeah. Any big money coming in on anything this morning as to note, or are they playing nice today?
So far playing nice.
Enjoying the Monday.
So far, I don't know whether it's the coming out of that holiday weekend, everybody's still in that little vacation mode. Thank you, Cam. Thank you, brother. But yeah, I haven't even seen like nothing crazy going on. Not even like other markets where usually you'll get that one rogue soccer play.
Yeah,
everyone's piling up on. I just don't see it.
Yeah, that's fine. Some days there's not a lot of steam going on, so we move on. It's fine. Our time is valuable. We don't need to waste it here. So, hey, it's that special time of year, Gianni. It's UFC starting to trim down the roster because Contender Series is approaching. I was looking at the card. I mean, Lauren Murphy is fighting. Mitch Ramirez is fighting. You've got this Junior Tafa Tuco Tokos fight. Austin Lane's on a big. I mean, This is and this is confirmed with a UFC fighter that we know. Once you get to July in the second half of the year, UFC is looking at what fighters to trim off the roster. Have you looked at UFC? Some laughable lines so far, but some pretty obvious favorites.
Yeah, and this is that month you'll usually see from Dana's social media stream him on a yacht in the Mediterranean somewhere for 2 or 3 weeks, enjoying the calm before the storm. Because like you said, with the contender coming up, that's their baby as we head into football season. And it's great how they did it. They chose Tuesday, so it doesn't interfere really with any of the football. Perfectly timed as well. Hopefully they do add 10 more Contender Series shows to that.
That would be amazing.
20, like Dana was mentioning. That would be amazing. I haven't gotten my call yet, so I'm not even sure if I'm going to be a part of this season. Like I say, these jobs are never guaranteed. Anytime I get my call or email that says to show up to tape, it's always I'm grateful. You know what I mean? Those kind of jobs just are never guaranteed. But I do have my fingers crossed. Hopefully they reach out in the next few weeks and I'm part of that crew. But again, I don't take anything personal. You never know who's calling the shots and what direction production wants to take a show. So, with that kind of stuff, like I said, I'm always grateful when I'm a part of it, but I never take it personally if I'm not. And I'm just looking forward to betting it because, after having worked on the show for as many years as I have, you get to see behind the scenes of the Contender Series and you pick up a lot. You really do pick up a lot. And I love the show just because those guys are fighting for their lives, bro. They're fighting for their chance to be in the UFC. That's what I love about fighting, not to go off on a tangent, but it's different than any other sport. You never have to quantify or even attempt to quantify because it's impossible to do, but you don't even have to attempt to quantify motivation. The guy across from you is trying to rip your head off. You're motivated. You may think it's an easier fight, like you're human and it may be a step down for you. So maybe you're not going 120% the entire training camp, or maybe you're cheating a little bit on your diet, or maybe you're not sleeping as well as you would have had it been a tougher opponent, but you're never, ever going in unmotivated. Like now in baseball tonight, I don't know if the Dodgers are motivated. They played 85 games or whatever, 80 games already. They're playing every single day. You can't guarantee that they're going to show up tonight and all players' focus is on winning. But when it comes to MMA, bro, the guy across from you is trying to kill you. They're not trying to beat you. They're trying to physically hurt you. And when that's the case, it's a completely, MMA is not a sport. That's what I try to separate. There's a difference between you play football, you play baseball, you play basketball. You don't play mixed martial arts. That's a fight. That's a completely different world. And that's why I love betting it. Because at least that's one of those things you never, ever, ever have to quantify. These guys are motivated not to get their head ripped off.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't watched Contender Series, it's unlike anything else in sports. You have fighters show up and it's this guy works at the railroad company during the day, and now he's trying to fight to get into UFC.
Yep.
They did a camera in the living room of one of the families, Gianni, and they had a coffee table made out of pizza boxes. You've never seen any of these stories that are like it. And
last year, the one girl, they had to send her money.
Yes, they had to
she
send
was
her
broke.
money.
They had gotten they had enough money to get from Brazil to the United States, but that was it. They didn't have enough. They couldn't Uber from the airport to the hotel. They couldn't get nothing else. The UFC had to step in and send them cash app them some money so they could, survive while they're here. And that girl went out there and got a knockout in 30 seconds. It was a beautiful story. And she was the biggest dog. Remember? I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh, I remember because I had bet against her. She made me
plus 1,500
my
dogs.
lunch. Yeah.
And she went out there and got the finish in 10 seconds. It was amazing. Her story was so amazing. And that's what you get on that show. True stories. That girl, her life is going to change forever because of that day. That's amazing.
Yeah. They also had, this is also the show, Gianni, where they had a 17-year-old fighter who needed a written permission slip from his parents to fight. That was Raul Rosas, if you remember that one.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
show is unhinged. It is just completely unhinged. So we'll start talking more about Contender Series. Gianni follows it very closely. I do too. We do breakdown videos, and yeah, we'll be betting on. It's a great way to bet. Like you do deep dives on some of these fighters. It's really, really good. So, all right, Johnny, what do you have up for clients this week?
All right. As subscribers have been receiving, we're betting some of that NBA Summer League. Those bets, again, we do very well with them. I haven't even seen results, but I would venture a guess we're up money betting Summer League so far. I know yesterday we had we double bet the Lakers. We took the Lakers plus the points. The Lakers on the money line. They get some good information on these. The problem is they're time sensitive. So you got minutes to fire. I get it pretty earlier because I could get good money down considering it's Summer League, excuse me. So you will be able to get down, but you can't take too long. Like when you get the play, unless you disagree with it, log in and fire because you see these lines just move too quickly. Like today, Philadelphia got steamed, but that was at -2.5 and 3. You're looking at 4.5 and 5s right now. So with Summer League, that's the problem. I'm not able to put up a package, but I do send them out to subscribers, and I will release them for free as well on my page at WagerTalk. So make sure you check that out. Otherwise, there will be the Major League Baseball package up today, and working on the UFC card for Saturday. As soon as I get confirmation, that'll be up as well. So do some damage this week. New week, and summer's here. The holiday is over, so now we just coast as we approach football season.
Love it. Thanks, Gianni. Have a great Monday. We're going to bring on Crackman here. Guys, hit the like button. Justin says the show blows today, so he's going to clean out his garage. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out, and don't forget to have it on while you're cleaning out your garage. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Yes, there's just not a lot going on today, guys, but we're going to bring in Crackman because we do have a lot going on because Crackman is going to tell us about his restaurant journey last week. Bill, how are you? Hope you had a great weekend. I want to get your thoughts on the Luis Ortiz, Malik Beasley situation. I want to go over to MLB Prop. Most important, I want to go over the restaurants because, I mean, like, let's be honest, that's what everyone is here for. So what do you want to go over first? MLB Prop, betting scandals, or your favorite restaurants?
Well, I mean, the most important is the favorite restaurant. So I'm actually being funny. But no, living in Las Vegas, pretty fortunate, to be honest with you, because we have some of the best restaurants in the world here. Unlike, when I first came here 30-some years ago, it was just the no frugal type of things. But I missed those things, too. I missed the $1.99 breakfasts when I first came here. It's much different now. We still have a couple casinos in town that have those specials. Stations, casinos, even though I'm not allowed to bet there, I talk good and bad about everywhere. I'm not allowed to bet there because using my brain, they throw people out that win. But I like their restaurants. I like their coffee shops. They have a $5.99 special. I think they have a $4.99 special too right now. So $4.99 and $5.99. $5.99 is a great cheeseburger with fries and just really good quality. Also, the South Point also has their midnight specials, midnight to 6. Same thing, steak and eggs like $7. And that coffee shop over there is fantastic, Coronado Cafe. But last night I went out with the boys. I don't know if you know that. So Prez is in town, looking to be the next main event champion, of course, coming off his senior final table. He made almost $200,000. Like he needs it. But anyway, money goes to money. I'm a big ball breaker. I was trying to tell them guys at dinner last night. So last night I went to dinner with Prez, Marco, and some of the other guys, Teddy and John Orlando, and we had a great time. There was actually 5 of us or 6 of us at dinner last night, so it was a great time. And just talking shop, talking different things, and we went to Marco's restaurant that he wanted to go to, China Poblano over at Cosmo, which was very, very good. Thanks, Travis. Jerry's Nugget. It's funny. I actually talk about the value meals in town. Jerry's Nuggets, very valuable. Great coffee shop. It has a lot of value, I should say. And they still have a nice big prime rib there, and they pride themselves, even though it's in a a little sketchy area of town. But I go there all the time. I give the guy $10 for my car right at valet, and it's just one of the greatest coffee shops, and they pride themselves, like I said, on the food. I've been back in the kitchen with the owner and for years. I've been going there for 30 years also. So there is some values in town, but I still go to the old-fashioned Italian-American club on Sahara. What a great value. And not only great value, I'm not really only looking for great value here. I have to have quality of food. Italian-American club. Anyone can go there now, too. It's not like a private club like it was years ago. Just need a reservation. That place is fantastic. But then I'll go to the strip. I went to Joe's last week. Joe's at the Forum Shops. I'm a creature of habit. I love Joe's Stone Crab. There's one in Miami, one in Chicago. And Joe's, you're going to get the classiest meal in town, I think, still. You go in, it's the dark colors, the Sinatra music on, Mater D, you tip a little bit of money to get in. And I think it's the greatest. I actually think it's the greatest steak in town. How can that be? 20 years, how can you still be the greatest steak in town? It really is the greatest steak, I think, in town. They have a little side seasoning that comes with the steak that they make right in house. It's fantastic. But I like gourmet restaurants too. But just that they hit you over the head here. The prices are really out of control in Vegas for a lot of things. That gouging might be stopping a little bit here because they are gouging a lot of people when they come to town for a lot of different things. 2 slices and a soda. You can go to 3 different food courts on the strip. 2 slices, a pizza, and 1 soda, $26 to $30. That's insane. I grew up on a Jersey Shore boardwalk town. Slices still there at my cousin's place are less than $4, $3.50.
Yeah,
they're great though. So it's kind of out of control. Pricing.
Let's give the people an MLB prop, and then I want to get your thoughts on the Luis Ortiz and Malik Beasley.
Yeah,
what MLB prop do you have for today?
A couple things I want to talk about as far as that goes. Chris Sanchez on the Phillies. Let's go on his hits allowed under 5.5 minus $1.20. He's gone under this number 12 of 17 starts. Faces a Giants lineup that just has been terrible versus lefties. San Fran is only hitting .213 versus southpaws this season alone. That's like literally the worst in Major League Baseball. 19 of the 23 lefty starters the Giants have faced this year have gone under 6 hits. Sanchez should have an easier time here with this lineup. Under 5.5 hits allowed for Sanchez. I'd like to see what the current line is. I think it was minus $1.30. Minus $1.20. So okay. So there's a prop for you guys for baseball today.
All right. Luis Ortiz, Malik Beasley. Listen, if you're being investigated by the feds about tampering with bets, I think they got you. And then some of the clips start coming out about Luis Ortiz throwing one, 10 feet, bouncing it before the plate when there was a bunch of bets on the first pitch to be a ball. Malik Beasley, and it comes out how much financial trouble he's in. I don't really have a direction to go. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, how much financial trouble can Beasley be in? 4 years, $60 million. It doesn't make any sense to me with these guys. NBA players, man. Man, there are a lot of them that really have these entourages and go broke fast. That's really a shame. But I don't know. I'm more questionable about. The Ortiz one, boy, I'll tell you. I seen his salary was like, I don't know, $750,000, maybe a little bit more, but under $1 million. And like, I know what I get down on props. Props is my bread and butter in the NFL and NBA. I have unbelievable connections, and I can only get down a couple dimes on props. So I just find it so hard to believe on a ball and strike, which I can't even find too many markets that have that. So what's the most money you can get down, and how many people are in that betting group that have to also get their beak wet and get some money down that have to share the money? By the time the money gets back to a pitcher or someone that's actually doing it, what are you getting, $1,000? I mean, how stupid can it kid? How dumb can this kid be? No, seriously. I mean, if that's what happened, this is all that hasn't been proven yet, but how dumb can this kid be that he's throwing the ball? You know, you have to go 60 feet. He's throwing the ball 47 feet, opening pitch. I mean, what an idiot. What an idiot if that's the case. I mean, I can't believe people are that stupid.
So this is the other thing, Krack, is if you're going to try and fix a bet, you can't be the only one betting on it. Of course there's red flags. It's like, that's weird. We got $100,000 on, will the first pitch be a ball? We don't have any other bets going. But what's going through their minds? Why did they think they were going to get away from it? It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and you know what happens too? You're dealing with an organization, even the sharpest organizations, you're always going to find a rat involved. So there's always somebody that's only getting $300 down and decides to rat him out at the end anyway. You're always going to get yourself in trouble. So hopefully other people learn from this if this is proven. I don't want to put someone guilty before they're proven guilty. So, but yeah,
this is all allegedly.
Pretty stupid. Pretty stupid.
I'm going to read this to you. Here's Beasley's debt. $650,000 to sports management for failure to repay a loan. $26,827 to Cairo Cuts, a celebrity barbershop. He owed $26,000 to a celebrity barbershop, $21,500 to a historic apartment building, and $34,000 to a dentist in Minnesota.
I mean, how's he getting in debt like that? $34,000 to a dentist, a barbershop, 26. Come on, I don't get it. Like the old barbershops where I grew up, they took action, so maybe something to do with that. I don't know. But before I get off, Andy, I want to talk about this big, beautiful bill and the effects on sports bettors too. I want people to know out there that this isn't going to affect Joe Public for the most part, unless you're betting, sucker parlays and you get lucky and hit a big one or something like that. But I said this on multiple networks throughout the week. People are going to interpret this wrong anyway because they don't want Big Brother over their shoulder looking at them. So they don't want someone looking at their bets. And it's going to send some people back offshore to their local guy. It's going to send people back to a post-up shop. And that wasn't the purpose of it. But when these things are slipped in on, Port Acts or big, beautiful bills the last second without any thought going into it, sometimes it really makes you shake your head. We hope there's a political person here in town. We hope that she's going to be, talking some people into the sense of maybe redoing a part or amending it. And you have Derek Stevens also pushing for that, and some powerful people in the sports betting industry. Because in the end, the sports books don't even want this. They don't want, even though it's going to limit their play and exposure from sharp people, the sports books don't want this because, just like I said, those Joe Public people, they're getting squeezed more and more by Uncle Sam and eyeballs on them and their accounts. They don't want people being scared off and going to far off places to play. They want to keep the money in the United States and tax properly. But this is just no good. How can I win $100,000 and show $100,000 and win, and write off that with $100,000 in loss, and then you say you can't write that off? You can only write $90,000 and pay tax on $10,000 you didn't even win. This just makes no sense to anyone that I have talked to. But then again, I've talked to people with a pulse, so it is what it is.
What do you have up for clients at WagerTalk?
Yeah, we have some stuff coming. As we know here, we're a month out of preseason football. Actually, 3 weeks away if you count the Hall of Fame game. I recommend, even if now baseball's slowing down here, All-Star break. After All-Star break, guys, you should get in on this package for a month preseason football. Just see what happens the first week. You'll appreciate the line moves and the value and basically the wins. We've had some unbelievable seasons since I started betting preseason football, and of course, regular season coming up, NFL packages, prop bets, really, really great stuff. I know where I make the money, and baseball, I've been holding my own too. It's a grind. It absolutely is a grind, but I'm looking forward to this football season again. I'm going to do NFL sides for the first year ever. Been following one of my guys, that came aboard 3 years ago, and I bet his game. The first year I just sat there and I watched him win. And then last year I actually did bet the games where we grinded out, I think like 16 units after juice. And 2 years ago also when they have a nice one more than that actually. So this year we're actually going to have those releases. But again, they're going to be like Monday morning, Tuesday morning when the lines are still forming and taking shape. So looking forward to that. Less than a month away from preseason football. Appreciate all you guys listening to me, hearing me out, and joining.
Awesome. Bill, Krack, man, appreciate you joining us. Let's have a big week.
Thanks.
Can't wait to talk to you again next week, Bill. Have a great one. So, all right, let's go all around the world here. Give out some free plays. Not a huge card, but we do have a couple of them that we are looking at. So we're gonna go to Major League Baseball. We're gonna take a look at the Guardians and the Astros. And we're going to go with Ralph Michaels. Nerfy, no run first inning. Guardians 5-1, no run first inning. 5 straight. Nerfy's on the road. 7-0 Nerfy against lefties. And Houston has not scored a first inning run in 10 out of their last 12 games. So we're looking at no runs in the first inning. Then we'll go to the Wings and the Mercury. Wings team total over 79.5. Wings over this total in 4 straight road games. Last 4 games, Wings 4th in offensive efficiency. In the last 4 games, the Mercury are 4th worst in defensive efficiency. So let's take a look at those. And again, guys, it's not a huge slate. Sometimes if we don't have a lot of action, there's just not going to be a lot of free plays because we do not want to put you in the bad position. We don't want to give you out plays that we don't really believe in. So we would want to give a shout out to Ross Benjamin. 11-0 on his free plays that are posted on the WagerTalk free picks page. 51-10, an absolutely insane run from Ross Benjamin. So pretty incredible run. So hopefully Ross can. Let's make it 12. Let's make it 12 in a row for Washington or for Ross Benjamin. I don't know what his free play is. I'll have to look. So, all right, let's bring in Jesse. Jesse, we're going to talk a little bit about the Phillies and the Giants, and I want to get your thoughts on some college football plays. So we got Sanchez going for Philly. We're up for the Giants. How do you break down this game?
Seems pretty straightforward to me, Andy. Philly's been playing good ball all season long, very consistent. The Giants have struggled a bit lately. I guess they did get some wins against Oakland, but I guess everybody's beaten Oakland this year. But Philly comes in as a road favorite. They did play yesterday, but they played the early game. San Francisco played a late game. You look at the starting pitcher for San Francisco, Landon Roop, 6-5 with a 3.48 ERA, and that looks good. Those are the kind of numbers for a guy that you want to bet on, guys with numbers like that. But you look at his WHIP, 1.48. You look at you dig into it. Why is that WHIP so high? And he's walking a lot of batters. In his last 4 starts alone, 14 walks in 17 innings against a Philly lineup. That is a recipe for disaster. And Christopher Sanchez has been nothing but consistent, 7-2, 2.68 ERA, 1.13 WHIP. He's allowed 1 run in 4 straight starts. And in his last 8 starts, he hasn't allowed more than 2 runs in any of those last 8 starts. I'm going to take the bullpens out of it. San Francisco's got a great bullpen. Philly does not. I like playing first half baseball bets because I'm just not as good at handicapping bullpens. I mean, nobody knows who's going to come out of the pen for an absolute certainty. We know who's going to start. We can bet listed pitchers. So listed pitchers, Philadelphia, first 5 innings, minus 140 is my free pick for this game, Andy.
They should make like final 4 inning bets where you have to try and handicap the bullpens. Like who's going to win the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th inning? That would be that'd be damn near impossible.
Some guys would probably think that's more fun.
It's a lot more volatile. I'll give you that. I don't have to watch the first 5 innings. I'll just watch the last 4 and watch the bullpens come out and get shelled. So, so you messaged me earlier. Hey, we could talk about anything college football. I said, yeah, just give me a couple teams that you're looking at on buying and selling. So you sent me Boise State, Bama, Nebraska as buys, and FSU, Stanford, and Colorado as sells. Let's go with Nebraska. What do you like about Nebraska?
So I was really big on Nebraska heading into last year. Their win total was 7.5. I wasn't alone. There was a lot of guys, a lot of experts, a lot of pros, a lot of the talking heads on the TV shows like Nebraska. Everybody was high on Dylan Raiola. He didn't really live up to the hype. I think, he didn't have the experience. It's no surprise when a guy steps right in and doesn't thrive right away. But I think a lot of that was the offensive coordinator as well. With Dana Holgerson stepping in as the offensive coordinator, I think that's going to change things. I remember Holgerson with Houston. I remember watching them play against Cincinnati at the end of the year. Remember, Cincinnati was a playoff team that year, and Houston was very close to upsetting Cincinnati and being that playoff team. Houston had a great year that year. And I just remember seeing the players on the sidelines. I think it was Clayton Tune was the quarterback. I think Tank Dell was on that team. And the players just loved Holgerson. And I think he's a guy that inspires guys. I think Raiola is going to have a big year. You look at Nebraska's schedule, and they should cruise to 8 to 10 wins this year.
Oh, wow. 8 to 10 wins. All right. I like it. All right. Let's pick a sell team. Let's go Colorado. I'm interested in this. I think I know why, but why do you not like Colorado?
It's just because the fan base is so delusional, Andy. I don't think Colorado is going to be bad. I really don't. I think they're going to be competitive, but how low is the bar? I mean, you just lost the Heisman Trophy winner and a guy that was close to being a Heisman candidate, probably the best quarterback in college football or one of the best quarterbacks in college football last year. I think Shedeur Sanders is great. I hope he starts for Cleveland. But you lose those guys. And not only that, you look at some of the success Colorado had on offense. Their offensive line was getting dominated, and Shedeur was running for his life and making plays that should have been busted plays and counting on somebody else to step in and do that. Caden Salter, the guy from Liberty, I think he's got potential to be competitive against, mid-tier, lower-tier Big 12 teams. But I don't think Caden Salter is going to be Shedeur Sanders. Nobody's going to replace Travis Hunter, and Deion's sick too. I mean, I don't want to make light of that. I hope he's okay. I hope he gets better, but they're not releasing the information about what's actually bothering him or how serious it actually is. Is he even going to be able to make it through the season? I mean, that's another question mark. And as much as I don't like hearing that, it can't be a positive for the Colorado program. I think they're going to have their ups and downs this year, but I certainly don't like them in week one against a Georgia Tech team, bringing everybody back. Just a different caliber of team, in my opinion.
Yeah, you got some free plays up on the free plays page already for some college football plays, right?
Yeah, I've covered every game in week 0 so far, and we're on to week 1. We've got a few week 1 games up. And I'll have every game for week 0 and week 1. As long as there's a line for it, I'm doing a video on it, even if it's UT Martin and UTSA or teams like that. I don't care. I'm covering every game for week 1.
Love it. Love it. That's why you're one of the best. What do you have up for clients at WagerTalk?
I have one MLB play only. I might like that free play more than I like my guaranteed play. They put me down on the schedule to cover that game. I liked it so much, but I give it out for free to you guys. And I've really killed it with baseball this year. 53-30, 64% overall, number 1 in units, number 1 in win percentage, number 1 in ROI. And they got a special on the deals page right now, $3.99 for the rest of the year and playoffs. It's the first special you'll see on the deals page. So you guys want to go check that out. Maybe play the Phillies first 5 tonight. Take your winnings, buy that $3.99 package from me.
Yeah, and some people have said, "Oh, you guys at WagerTalk, everyone's number 1 in something," and we said, "Nope." When we come on the show, we need to be number 1 in something big. Like,
well, there's a lot of different sports and a lot of different categories.
Yeah, you're number 1 in MLB profit though. But that is something to brag about. So congratulations to you, Jesse. That is a hell of a season that you've got going forward. So kudos to you, brother. Really, really appreciate it, and really, really nice job. I mean, I'm looking at these numbers, and I mean, the win percentage is great. It's not super high volume, so you're not asking clients to put a huge chunk of their bankroll on. The ROI is really, really good, and number 1 in MLB profit. You can get the rest of it all the way through the World Series and playoffs for only $3.99. So really, really great special for Jesse up there. Jesse, thank you so much for coming on. Can't wait to talk a little bit more college football with you. Someone in the chat asked about some player props. I can give you some. Again, these didn't make the card. Sean Burke, you could look at his strikeouts. 3.5 is what I'm seeing it listed. He's gone over in 8 straight games. That's minus 130. Listen, play Angel Reese over rebounds when Cardosa's until Cardosa comes back. The books keep putting it 13.5, 14.5. She's getting 16 minimum on all these. She's their only big body for the Chicago Sky. So take Angel Reese over her points, over her rebounds, over her points and her rebounds, her points, rebounds, and assists. She is the big thing in there when Cardosa's out. So the books haven't totally adjusted to that. So as long as Cardosa's out, you're taking Angel Reese over her her stats. So all right, let's bring in Dan. We're going to talk the Detroit Lions here. I got a big win total here. So we're going to talk the Detroit Lions 10.5. 10.5, Dan. This is a monster. PFF had them ranked second in offense last year, fifth in defense. Obviously one of the best teams. I guess we got to start with the coordinators, because to me, that's the story of the Detroit Lions. They lose Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn. But also, don't forget, 5 assistant coaches left as well. Like, I think this is kind of the, thing that a lot of people don't really pay attention to, but this seems a little bit more public. They got DJ Reed, Derek Barnes. They re-signed a lot of players. I really like Tim Patrick, the wide receiver that they signed. I think he's a great third option for that team. So we'll go over the schedule in here in a bit, but what was your first initial thoughts when you saw this 10.5 win for Detroit?
I mean, just absolutely zero continuity coming in from a coaching perspective for the Detroit Lions. And I think, that can't be kind of overlooked here, Andy. And I'm wearing the Detroit Tigers hat that we got when we were visiting Detroit. Amazing city. We loved it in Detroit. So I'm wearing the hat to maybe stave off the haters, because I'm all in on the under for the Detroit Lions this year. At 11.5, it would be a huge play for me. At 10.5, I would still bet it, but it would be more like, a 1%, 2% kind of play for me. For me, Andy, is the schedule is going to be tough for them this year. As a matter of fact, they have the third hardest schedule in preseason, strength of schedule that we're seeing. And for me, losing those coordinators is huge, but I think you touched upon it. Losing the entire staffs behind them might even be just bigger, because part of what Detroit was able to do last season was they were just this offensive juggernaut, which allowed the defense to maybe get away with some things. But when the offense was down a little bit, the defense would raise their play. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that consistency without Ben Johnson coming with the game plan every week, because let's be real, whether you're a Detroit fan or not, do you really believe that Dan Campbell is the mastermind behind that offense? Do we really believe that? I mean, Dan Campbell's a spark plug. Dan Campbell will get the guys to fight for you in the foxhole, but X's and O's sometimes are going to beat what you can do with the Johnnies and Joes, and I just don't know how much they have in the X's and O's department without Ben Johnson, who I think is going to lead a pretty heavy turnaround with the Chicago Bears that you'll see when we talk about them. The other thing for me is, if the goal is to win the Super Bowl, and you don't have to go 12, 13 wins to win the Super Bowl, because where did it get you last year, Detroit? Beating up on everyone in the regular season. It got you gassed out at the end that a couple plays didn't go your way, and you allow a rookie to beat you in your house to not be able to even go to the championship game. So I wasn't high on Detroit last year. I thought the other shoe was going to drop for him. I was vindicated in that. I think the shoe drops in the regular season. Tough schedule, Andy. Sure, they have some rest advantage, but I'm going under 10.5 wins for the Detroit Lions.
All right, let's take a look at the schedule here. It's just, the hits just keep coming week after week. So they go at Packers, home Bears, at Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Chiefs, Bucks, bye, Vikings, at Commanders, at Eagles, Giants, then Packers again, Cowboys, at Rams, Steelers, Vikings, Bears. Oh, that is brutal schedule. I'm with you on the under on this one. I think their team is good. Dan Campbell he's the tone setter. Yes. He's the one that gets the guys really pumped up, but you're right. They don't have to revamp. They don't have to revamp what they do, but they have to revamp the entire staff of what they do. And I'm with you 100% that getting to 11 wins with a completely new staff, especially with how
that
tough
schedule.
and it starts tough. You don't have like at Packers, Bears, at Ravens, Bengals, Chiefs, Bucks, all before your bye week. You have no.
That was
room.
the thing. That was the thing for me is like that absolute, because if you lose early with where this team's expectations have been these last few years, this thing could snowball on you real quick, Andy. So we could be proved wrong right out of the gate, right? They could start 5-0. That wouldn't shock me. But if you start losing some games you that are winnable games, that can snowball for you real quickly where you're having players only meetings heading into the bye. And when that happens, you're almost already putting the cart behind the horse or in front of the horse,
And we know Dan Campbell, he loves going for it on 4th down in his own territory. And if things aren't going well, he's going to roll the dice and he's going to take some chances. And I'm in agreement with Dan that the under on this Detroit Lions, I just don't think you can overcome losing your coordinators and 5 assistant coaches. That's just a lot to overcome. So,
and also the division
Lions
got a lot better too. I will say that, and we'll talk about that in some of these other team previews. But this is what we've done so far, Andy. If people are wondering what we've done thus far.
Yeah, everyone take a long time to look at this graphic. I decided to put together this graphic, and I thought it would take me like 10 minutes, and about an hour into it, I realized that there's a reason why I don't do graphics for a living.
Yeah, yeah.
Oops.
It's a lot harder than it looks, right? Sometimes I'll like mess up like one of the lines on a graphic, or I'll mess up one of the teams or a color, and the chat will just destroy me, being like, "Oh, Dan was drinking last night." Dan, it's not as easy as it looks, Andy. So I'm glad that you had to suffer through making a graphic, albeit a beautiful one.
It is great. It turned out really, really good. It's easy to update,
sharp.
but mother of God, was that took too long. So, all right, we're locked in on the Detroit Lions under 10.5. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it. We're not playing the pick the correct score game. We'll get back after it tomorrow. I think we're going to move to WNBA. I think we're going to make you guys pick some WNBA scores. Yeah, you will do that. So, all right, that's going to do it for us. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the Wager Talk YouTube channel if you haven't done it. We are almost at 210,000. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. Help us get to that 210,000. Get notified when all of our preview videos are done, when all of our shows go live, total bases, Wager Talk Today, and then when football season comes around, we are going to be your go-to source for all your college football and NFL game breakdown. So let's get the week off to a great start, guys. Good luck on your bets. It's going to be $5 Tuesday tomorrow, so looking forward to that. Good luck on your place, and take care.